All right, we're just going to make it a tradition. We're going to do all plays of a series if there's a goal line stand, and Oklahoma puts up another good one here. I, guys, I don't know what it is. I mean, this is just a mental toughness. Like this is something that's been instilled in these guys just to fight and fight and fight. Because I mean, again, this is a so the one position on the field, the one positional matchup that I thought West Virginia clearly had an edge or could clearly have an edge was their offensive line against Oklahoma's defensive line. And that's not a slide at Oklahoma's defensive line. I think it's been really solid all year. It's been much better than I thought it would be. But West Virginia's offensive line is really good. There's several NFL guys on that line. And just to see Oklahoma just stack them up like this again, and right behind Zach Frazier, who I just can't keep staying, is a very, very good college center. So we'll just watch it here for the first play. So we're going to see a bunch of replays of this one because it's really close. I thought he got in, and the problem is there's not really a look in any of these where you can tell he did or he didn't. But I mean, if I'm Neil Brown, I get it. Like, man, that's close. Just nothing of the ball across the line is almost hard to believe, but again, there's nothing that shows it clearly. All these camera angles. And that's so. I. I mean, I'll be honest. I think he did, but it's real, real close. Um, but here's where we get more to the. I mean, so here we get more to the goal line stand of Texas and some of the stuff we've seen before. Just look at how low those guys are getting. I mean, like this is they're just creating a car crash in the middle of the West Virginia offensive line. I mean that's guys, that's rugby. That's a scrum. That's not even that almost doesn't look like football because it's so tight and narrow. I guess it doesn't look like modern football. Might be the way I'd say that. But again, guys look at Terry, Toe. I mean, just getting low. Wait a second. Okay, I thought for a second we had Joe Castiglione pacing the West Virginia sidelines. I saw the hat and I got confused. But okay, so we're still moving here. Um, so here's where you can see a little bit more. That one was just like I said. You can see them. They're not nearly so narrow now. West Virginia's not so heavy. You get how this happens, but let's look at it again. And that's, I mean, a lot of guys making good plays there, but Dezon Terry there, just look at him at right right here. I'll keep my marker on him. He's going to go shoot. I believe yeah, okay. He goes on the left side of Frazier, and he just stands up tall. And now you'll see him here in a second in the end zone view. He just, it's hard to say for a man that big that he gets skinny, but that's exactly what happens here. You're going to watch him just kind of sink in yeah, right here. So here is here's Co right here, and then you've got him. He's going to come across into that B gap, and he just fights, fights, fights. Um, I'm not sure that's a legal block right there, but Wyatt Milam, what happens at the goal line happens at the goal line. I get it. I get it. I do. But I'm pretty sure that was not legal hand placement. Um, Look at Brent still showing the speed, closing like a Kansas State linebacker. All right. Okay, so here we are. We're back, we're into fourth down. Um, I, I think it's a respect thing. West Virginia said, "Okay, we just can't pound." You know, they've tried. They've had two situations like this. One of which we highlighted earlier on the third down, where they just tried and tried and tried to just bully Oklahoma up front. And they couldn't do it. So here they get a little cute. And I don't hate the call. Like, I mean, they're trying to let all those guys get upfield and then hoping Donaldson can just sneak in. I thought it was pretty creative call. And frankly, I'm a little surprised it didn't work when you've got guys that keyed up to get upfield. Um, but let's watch it here a little bit. Is that Terry again? Yeah, yeah. I I said it on Twitter during the game. I thought he was a good get for Oklahoma. I know there was some talk, and I wasn't as convinced of Jacob Lacey, but I've been dead wrong about that. Jacob Lacey's been a good player, but I thought Terry could be pretty good, and even within that, he's been better than I thought he could have been for Oklahoma. He's been really outstanding. I was hoping to see a different angle here, but watch him just fight and fight and fight through that block. Here we go. Here's a little better look. Danny Stutzman right there sticking his nose in. I, guys, I know we've talked about it a lot, but just the gang tackling and the way Oklahoma rallies to the football now is just very different than what we've seen in years past. They've really done an outstanding job, and I can't even imagine whenever Nike's ready to sell, or I guess Jordan is ready to sell those camo hoodies. I can't imagine how many of those are going to sell around the state of Oklahoma. That's going to be a bonanza for their bottom line. Even I don't do camo, and even I think that's pretty sharp. But anyway, so just another outstanding setup. Look at Robert Spears Jennings in there as well. I didn't even give him any credit. That's guys. I mean that this is what you're seeing this defense this year. Like I said, they're making the jump to respectability. This is a good defense. You have to account for nobody's going to go out and just score 40 on them just because they rolled their helmet out like we've seen for so many years. But now you're seeing a lot of young guys emerging. I mean, Terry's back next year. Stutzman could be back. Lewis is back. Spears Jennings, Bowman could be back. Gentry Williams is back. I mean, the pieces are there for this defense to be even better next year. As they make that first step into the SEC.